Welcome back to Banter and Beauty Bosses. I'm your host, Sami Pelling, and I'm here with my fabulous co-host, Emma Thomas. Whether you're tuning in on Spotify or watching on YouTube, we're so happy to have you with us today. This is the place for real talk, honest business tips, and a little bit of banter for all your beauty bosses out there. And today is extra special because we've got a guest in the house. So please welcome the incredible and talented Meg from MSK Nails. We couldn't wait to dive in today's chat and hear all about the juicy insights. But before we jump in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave us a review. It really, really helps us reach more beauty entrepreneurs like yourself. So are we ready to go in?
Yay!
Hello, Meg. Welcome to the Banter and Beauty Bosses.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So excited, honestly. I've been like, yes, I'm getting Meg on. I've been saying for weeks, I'm going to get Meg in here. She's coming in.
She's been so excited. I keep getting messages from her. I kept getting messages saying, Meg said yes, Meg said yes.
You made me feel famous. Honestly, I do. I feel like a famous person right now. I love it.
You are a famous person. You have honestly, like, I've seen you blossom in the last year, and I just think it's incredible how you've just gone from one extreme to the next. And now you've brought out your own gel polishes. Like, that's insane.
Thank you. Oh.
So I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you the first one. So what is your favourite nail trend at the moment? And what's one that you wish would disappear forever?
That is do you know what, because you obviously sent me these to like go over in my head, and I was thinking, what is my favourite nail trend? Because I must admit, I'm one of these people that I see a nail trend and I never do them. I don't know what it is. I just, if I see loads of people doing the trend, I'm like, I don't want to do it now. I'm like, I want to do the stuff that no one is doing. But obviously for me, I do love the character art. Any kind of character. I love the sketches and stuff. I don't know if it's really trending, but for me, it's always trending. So I love anything charactery. And the one that I wish would disappear altogether is I think it has now, luckily, because Valentine's has been and gone, but the cat eye heart trend. Do you know what? I didn't even attempt it. I looked at the videos and I was like, no, I'm not even going to try and attempt that.
Do you know what? I completely agree with that. I see them videos. I'm like, no. If the clients come in, I'm like, no, sorry, I can't do that one. We can do something else.
Yeah, I think one of my clients did send me, and I was like, no, you're not having it. Like, you can have love hearts, you can have like intricate, detailed love hearts, but you can't have a cat I love heart.
No. Because Emma, you don't really do much of nail art, do you? She's like, no,
not at all. No. Really typical beauty therapist. So nails for me are just pedicures and gel polish. That's it. Yeah, very minimal.
But to be fair, I know a lot of beauty therapists that are exactly the same, that literally do like just a basic gel polish because
I mean,
you've got other stuff to do.
Well, that's the thing. We've got like really varied. My diary is always really varied, and actually, from a pricing point of view, I can earn a lot more money doing other treatments. So you find that for us in the beauty industry, most of us will have nails as sort of that back burner, that thing that fills our gaps in. Really, it's not the thing that we want as our main area. But for nail techs nowadays, you're all like really advancing and increasing your prices and trying to like make sure that you're making the right amount per hour, which is like been desperately needed. So no, I don't do much. I don't promote it. I have a handful of clients for gel polish, and that's about it. But that's good because for me, my diary wouldn't allow me to concentrate in the way that you guys do, and to allow that time, which is what you need, isn't it?
Yeah,
and to develop
the
skills.
out like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like, but do you know what, as well, even though I do like proper detailed art, I do love just a plain set sometimes. Yeah, it's like a breather space for me sometimes. So when someone comes in, they're like, oh, I just want just red, I'm like, yes, let's do it. Like, yes, I can have a breather, it's lovely.
Oh, yeah, you must be. It must be really like, that's the thing, isn't it? Is that variation between what you love, but also about having that time to just sort of switch your brain off and like go on autopilot. That's quite nice as well.
Especially at the minute with baby brain, everything's gone. I thought I forgot to prime a client the other day, but luckily I didn't. And I was like, I said to him, I was like, what step am I at? And because they've been with me for so long now, they're like, you need to put the primer on now. And I'm like, oh yeah. So they kind of like help me out now. I'm like, what am I doing on your nails?
Yeah, it's real. This is real baby stuff.
You're like, what hand have I just done? Which one is going in the lamp? I can't remember what I just
all the
done.
time. Yeah, I'm like, have I filed and buffed this? I don't know.
Let's just do it again just to make sure.
Yeah, we'll wing it. If not, if it pops off, I haven't done it.
Yeah, basically. Right. I am going to go on to question 2. So you are a most fabulous nail educator, right? At nail art, right? So what do you love most about teaching nail art?
Do you know what? It's people like yourself that I've seen your first ever nail art that you did, so your first ever characters that you've done, and now seeing the characters that you've done, like the improvement and you can just see in such a short space of time, like how much effort and how you've really kind of like disciplined yourself to get better as well. Because I can teach you and say, right, you've got to do this, this, and this. But unless you put that into action, it's like no good. But yeah, seeing people improve and build their own confidence in their own work, that for me that's priceless. I absolutely love that, where they're like, oh my gosh, I've painted this, I'm so proud of myself. That's what I do it.
Yeah, no, I do. I feel like, because I'll do it. I'm like, oh my God, Meg, look what I did. I did a thing.
You're like, yes, look what I did, Meg. I'm like, yes. There'll be a little hype girl on my flag, like, woohoo.
And I think that for me is what does it. I think there's so many people out there that do it, but they don't appreciate the people that are following along, or they're not hyping them up. And I'm the little cheerleader at the side going, woo! And like the last month's one, I look at that and I'm like, oh my God, I'm dreading it, because I feel like I'm going to be scared doing it, but I'm going to do it. I will. I've got it on my challenge of like, this is what I'm going to complete and I'm going to get it done.
Yeah.
And I know for full well that you'll be like, woo! That's so good.
Yeah,
but
like, let's go.
I think the way you teach though is different as well. Like I feel like you're so normal in a way that like you're not like, I don't know how to explain it. How do I explain it? So it's more a case of like, if you mess up, you're like, oh, let me just erase that. Let's start again.
I'm like, well, try again.
It's like, it's not always perfect. And that's what I think I love, is the fact that you can make mistakes and you can rub it away.
I have had people before say, they're like, it's nice that you show, if you do mess up, number one, is okay to mess up. Like I've been doing this for years and I still mess up. And number two, how to fix that. Because I think if you teach someone how to do something perfectly, when they mess up, they're not going to know what to do. So, you know, having it so raw, I think that's why I love doing it on the lives rather than like a tutorial that I've pre-recorded, where if I do mess up, to be fair, if I do mess up, I keep it in anyway. I never edit them out. But like if I wanted to do it that way, then if you'd mess up at home, like you'd be thinking, oh my God, I've messed this up so many times, where I've probably also messed up so many times. That's why I love the lives, because it is what it is there and then. You know, I think there's amount of times, I think it was Dr. Facilier that we've just done, I messed his chin up so many times. I just kept going back over it. But, you know, that's just, I think that is what I would want to see. So in my head, I'm thinking, right, what would I want to see as a person learning? And then like try and, you know, bring that out in the lives as well. So, yeah.
But love it. I really do.
I agree with that. I think
you have to, is the way forward.
Yeah, when you're educating people, you have to make sure you troubleshoot, don't you? You have to give them everything. It's not just about perfectionism, it's about showing what is going to happen and how you're going to deal with it, because these things happen.
Yeah, 100%.
That's cool.
Just looking at my questions.
Like little notes.
my little notepad. This is like full of so much stuff. I got like so many notes. Right. So question 3. What inspired you to launch your own gel polish brand, MSK Nails? And including your brushes and all your other nail art stuff, because obviously you are just a creator of amazing products.
Thank you. So it's kind of it stemmed from, this sounds so cliche, and every time I say this I'm like, oh, but I felt like I never fit in with like any other brands that I used and things like that. I think because I don't have that clean girl aesthetic. Like, I love it, like a clean French tip or a clean manicure. I think they're gorgeous. I can't do that. I'm like, no, give me the wacky, wonderful nails. So I think, and I know a lot of people have that as well, where they obviously do the plain manicures and things like that, but deep down they want to do the characters, the nail art, the everything crazy. So I wanted to kind of create a brand that is a lot more accepting of that as well. And I love like showing it, like people already that have ordered the polishes, they've tagged me in their creations, and I love just, showing it to the world as well. And I wanted it just to be kind of like a safe space for people to play around with nail art as well. Even if it's not the best that they've ever done, at least they've done it. At least they've, had fun doing it. That's the main thing. So yeah, I just wanted to create like a brand that everybody feels comfortable in, and they can be themselves. They can try different things, and if it doesn't go right, that's fine. I've done many a nails that I look back and I think, oh my god. But it's all a learning curve, and you need to make those mistakes and the weird art to get to where you want to be. So I just hope to be a helping hand for those people on their way to that bit.
Yeah. I think that, like, genuinely, when I've used your polishes, like, they are so pigmented, and it's like I did a test one, and it was like so I had my pink nails that I had, which was your pink, obviously, and then I had a red thumb because I really wanted to try the red, and I was like, I really want to try this out. So I literally painted my thumb red, and I was like, one coat, and I was like, oh my God, I was going to my clients, girls, this is one coat.
Yeah.
One coat. This is amazing.
Yeah,
And they
I
were like,
think that's the thing as well. Like, being such a, the art that I do is so minuscule and tiny that there's been brands that I've used in the past where I've had to go over things twice, or it not had that pigmentation straight there. I'm really happy that my white polish easily covers my black polish, because with character art, sometimes you need that. So it was also kind of I wanted a product that does what it needs to do first time round. And yeah, I think the red is definitely my favorite. I love the red polish. I'm like, oh, she's a beauty.
she is actually really, really stunning. I mean, I've got a few clients that love a good red, so it's definitely getting used on my clients as well. But yeah, I think I've done the same, where I've had certain colours that you have to then go over, and then your nail art becomes really chunky, and then it's all lumpy because you've had to do too many layers. And I think,
Yeah,
like, art gels have their place, but also gel polishes have their place in the art as well, because you can't.
yeah. That's why I wanted the gel polish to be so pigmented, because I don't. I've used art gels in the past, but because they're a lot thicker, I find they're not as flexible, and sometimes like you can't get a nice curve with it. You can't get a nice just flow with the art, and it's a bit too creamy, and sometimes it doesn't self level at all, like art gels and stuff. So it's like you've got a bump in there. They're great for like chrome if you want that texture on there. But that's the one thing as well I love about the gel polishes, it's self level, so it will be nice and smooth, especially if you've then got to outline a character, for example. You're not dealing with lump and bumps and things like that. You're just going straight over nice and smooth. So yeah.
I love it.
Can I just ask, how many polishes have you got in your range now? What?
8 and 6. So what's that? 14.
I love this is so good, because I love this. I think it's really nice if you can grab onto a brand at the early start as well, because then every time like the seasonal stuff comes out, it's not such a financial commitment, is it? You're starting off with them, so you've got all your basics, and it's so easy to add in. So that's a great number, 14.
Thank you. Well, because my first collection is what I call my classic collection, and that is basically in what I find is the most colour of each colour, if that makes sense. So the red is a red, the blue is a blue. Because in my head as well, like, I wanted to get all the basic colours out, and
Yeah.
obviously white and black. And then if you ever need a colour, you can mix up the ones that you've got. Oh, there they are, look, yeah.
Nice.
All them beautiful colours. So yeah, it was kind of like getting that main colour block there.
Yeah.
And then obviously the second collection is the pastel collection that we've just launched.
Nice.
Again with the pastels, because of my formula, it's so like creamy and pigmented. Oh, my brain's not working today. Pigmented. I found with pastels in the past, like ones that I have used, you have to go over like 3-4 times to get rid of the streaks.
Yeah.
These you don't have that. It's the same formula. It's creamy. Oh, I love them. And I'm not normally a pastel girl, but I do like using them.
I think you're right though, Emma, in the sense of like, I obviously got that one. I haven't purchased them yet because I just haven't. I haven't got round to it yet, but it is nice to have. Like, I love a good collection because I think you get more of a variety. Because sometimes you go in, and I remember when I first started doing nails, and it was a case of like, right, I need a red, a black, a white, a pink, a green, whatever. And it was like picking out them first colours, and you're like, well, where do I start? What do I start with? Whereas this is like perfect for if you just want that first variety of colours, and you can mix them, because we've mixed them a few times just to create like a lighter version or something for a design, and they do blend quite well, I must say.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, because it can be really, really overwhelming when you're looking at a new brand, and actually, especially in the beauty industry, where you want it as a bit of a sideline, a gap filler, and you don't necessarily want to. You look at these brands, and you're like, there's hundreds and hundreds of colours. I don't know where to start. And then to know like a brand that's a fairly new brand, but you've got the confidence in it, and you know that each time it comes out, a new collection comes out, it's not going to cost you the earth to add that whole collection. And it's such a lovely way to build up, I think. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I
love
think
it.
that's as well. I wanted it to like keep affordable because, as all of us know, starting out doing nails, it can be very, very expensive. So in my mind, I was thinking, well, I want to keep it affordable for people. So I've always, if you buy like the whole collection, you obviously get one for free. And I wanted to just, especially now that the nail techs are finally, doing the price increase for like last year, the big price increase. I'm thinking, well, increase that more by lowering the product prices rather than thinking, well, nail techs are making more, I'm gonna make more money by selling them more expensive. Like, no, we're all, I want to be a brand that is able to support other nail techs rather than just wanting their money and being like, oh, you need to pay 20 quid for this color. It's like, no, get rid of that, lower your prices, people will come back for more, and it's more supportive that way, I think.
Sami and I talk about this all the time, but actually you're still a nail tech. And I think that behind a really good business that has the heart of like nail techs, beauty therapists, has to be someone that's still in the industry, even if they're keeping your hand in, like doing one client a month. It doesn't matter. You're still a therapist, you're still a nail tech, and you've got the brain then of a nail tech or therapist. And I think it makes a huge difference before it becomes like proper like commercial, like
that's what I
corporate.
really want to stay away from, is like this is a product you need, because in my head I'm thinking, well, there's so many products that they bring out now that you probably just don't need, but they create this hype for it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need it, but it's like, no, you don't necessarily. And I'm quite like, I look at my budget and I think, no, I don't need that kind of stuff, but so I really want to focus on the things that people actually need and actually want as well, not rather than being like, oh, this new product is going to be all fancy and this, that and the other. It's like, no, just back to basics, back to what we want, what we need, and have fun with it. And like you say, I am still a nail tech at the end of the day, so I still have the same struggles as everyone else, so I want to make it as easier as I can.
Keeps it real.
I love this so much.
You all right there, Sami?
I am. I'm loving it. I'm just like, love. I love this.
She's having a little fangirl, and she's like, oh.
Right.
Let me get some tissues.
I'm going to go on to question 4 before I get all emotional of like how far you've come in this world. Right. If someone is struggling with confidence in their skills, what advice would you give them?
First off, because I still struggle to this day with confidence in my skills, I will paint something and I will look at it and think, oh, I don't know, I don't like it. But honestly, get yourself a good community of people that you feel comfortable enough to share your work with. Because as soon as they see that, they are going to hype you up. They're going to be like, oh my God, it's amazing, you know. And even just having that bit of, what's it called, like backing you up, you know, saying, no, you look at what you've done, you know, because we're all our own worst critics. We could do something that's absolutely incredible to someone else, but we look at it and think, oh my gosh, it's awful. So definitely, like, get yourself a good community of people that you can, you know, show your everything to and be like, you know, what do you think? And also, don't compare yourself to others. So still to this day, and I like need to take my own advice really with it, but I compare myself to other nail artists and I'm like, oh, mine's not that good. Mine doesn't look as good as that. You know, I'm not doing what they're doing. But then your rational brain comes back in and you're thinking, well, I don't want to be the same as everyone else. I want to do me. I want me to be different than everyone else. So if you're definitely struggling with confidence, just keep telling yourself you do have to kind of train your brain to be like, no, stop being mean to me. I'm doing the best I can. I'm proud of what I've done. And I always think, like, it will get better. Nail art can't get harder, it gets better. So just keep putting the practice in, push yourself out your comfort zone as well. Like, if you do the same thing, you're never gonna experience different techniques and this, that, and the other. So just have fun with it and just don't take life too seriously as well. I think that's what I love to do, is just think, that's all right, yeah. And it really helps just to kind of shift your mindset to just be a little bit more gentle with yourself.
This hasn't helped the fangirl thing going on, you know. I can see her.
Gonna make her
eyes,
cry even more.
yeah, she's starting to glaze with like
I am
one of
glazing.
those
I'm so excited.
characters.
But it's like, Meg taught me how to do this. And I was
Amazing.
genuinely like, my clients come in, they're like, wow, you did that. I was like, I did a thing.
Amazing.
And it is, it's like, if I find like, well, I think this is one of my early ones I started.
Oh yeah, The Simpsons, yeah.
So like, obviously I've done that. So like, to compare the difference.
Yeah. See, even just seeing
Amazing.
like that when you've got it side by side is incredible.
Yeah. I think though, this one is still one of my favourites.
Yeah.
When we did that,
100%.
and then like, just the fact that like, even in the knife, it was like we used was it cat eye?
It was like a cat eye chromey, shift.
It's like having just the little extras. I mean, this is my rogue one. I mean, I really, really did not like my Mike Myers, but this is like a random set.
He was the hardest one of the lot, to be fair. But your saw one as well is just that was a hard
detail
one.
in that. And Meg taught me this. You taught me how to do these.
Oh yeah, I may have taught you, but you did it. Your hands did the work. So, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's like pushing yourself out your comfort zone gives you more confidence as well. Oh, I love those ones.
Gorgeous.
I never would have got to this point, I don't think, without your help. In like all honesty, like I genuinely don't think I would, because I do lots of like nail art stuff, and I've been watching people for the last 11 years, and I've never got to this point without your help, if that makes sense. And it was literally,
I'm gonna be the one to cry now.
It was seeing you.
We all take turns in crying.
At the Niche Nail Network event last year, and you were up on stage and you did your Little Mermaid, and I was like, she's the one. She's the one. She is the one that's going to teach me
my rainbow dungarees and pink crops.
Yeah, you know, and I think it's being your authentic self and being just you has been able to then like help other people in the industry feel included. Because I think, like you say,
I'm about to actually cry.
She's like, oh my God. It is though. I think we all have our own struggles. We all have things that we could always feel better at, and we're always constantly comparing ourselves to other people, but we're not all the same. We are our own individual, and
Yeah.
we do things our certain ways, and we're always learning, and we're always trying to improve. And to have, like you say, a supportive community to help you along the way and cheerlead you along, that's what I love to do. I love to cheer people on. I'm like, exciting, love it. But yeah, I just think, I think you've smashed it. Absolutely smashed it.
Oh, thank
Smashed
you.
it.
Oh. Do you know
But
what? I don't think.
you carry on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I don't think people recognise that even if you're, say, someone like me, a beauty therapist who's not going to do nail art, they don't recognise that just by doing those nail art practices really improves your skills as standard. So, like, you'll find, I remember lockdowns and copying loads of these nail art things. You know, there was loads of them, weren't there, on Facebook? And for me, then going back into the salon, I found that my lines were much neater. I could get close to the cuticle, all because I've been practicing that like hyper focus and building those skills up. So nail art and doing something like what Meg's doing isn't just for somebody who wants to go and sit and do like 3-4 hours. It's gonna, if you're serious about your nails, it's gonna massively improve your skills. So like for everyone, do it, give it a go, sign up to her.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it really
like you
helps.
say though, because you might get you know, like a client that wants a French tip, and even just practicing your lines. Like I still struggle with French tips. Give me characters any day of the week.
Yeah.
But you know, just knowing what brushes to use as well. That's one thing I go through as well. Is like, right, this length you need to do this brush, this, you know. So
Yeah.
even though it's a character, you could be painting Mickey Mouse, but you could be taking loads of different things from that, how to load your brush up, that because we go through literally from the main basics to, right, here's a finished character, but you'll pick up on so many little different bits and pieces. Like I think the one thing that a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I didn't think about that, is using a dotting tool. So
Yes.
if you use a dotting tool and just blob it on, you've got such a ridge on your nail. So then I go back in with a clean dotting tool and like go back around it, and it goes flat. So
Amazing.
loads of little things you can learn.
Yeah, it's really helpful for everybody.
I love your dotting tool trick. I actually do use that in today's world. Like I'll go in and I'll be like sorting my life out, which I wouldn't have done before. It's like this, just even like, French tip. Oh my God, my French tips have got so much better because of the brush, like being able to
Yeah.
use that. You know, I tend to use my 9
Yeah.
millimeter for everything. I'm not going to lie, that is my go-to brush.
Yeah.
But it's like for a French tip, I love it for getting that smooth line, and then you get your client that does that and moves, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
again
Oh, do
now.
you know, I've warned all my clients, if I've done French tips and they jog them, that's it. I'm not redoing it. They're curing it like that. And that's their own mistakes to live with. You know, if they stroke the dogs and they get a dog hair on, that's being encapsulated. That's a new bit of nail art.
It's when they grab the fluffy jumper, and you're just like, why,
Oh,
why?
yeah. Like I have one client that she always tucks her hair behind her, and she knows she does this. She subconsciously tucks her hair, and then she'll come back, and I'll be like, "Why is the gel not sticking? Because it's obviously gone oily." And I just every time I have to go, "Why are you pit?" And I say to her, "I'm like, right, keep your hands. I need to like get handcuffs or something to keep her hands in position, and so she cannot physically touch anything." Oh, bless
I
them.
think
They
all
try.
it's like that. They do this, or they go like that, or they like
Yeah,
this.
on this, they're like, "Oh yeah, let me just scratch," and I'm like, "Oh."
I don't mind the ones that do this. This you can get away with this.
Yeah.
You're not touching your nails.
Yeah. Or if they're like, "Oh, can you just move my hair out of my face?" I'm like, "Yes, I will." Like, you know, come here, let me do it for you. I don't mind touching your face. But yeah, or where they're like, you know, try with an elbow, and you're like, "Do you want me to just do it?" They're like, "Yeah, please."
I loved it. Oh, this is like the biggest question of them all, I think, right? So,
Oh.
question 5, creating your own product line is amazing, which it is. What was the biggest challenge behind the scenes of creating like your own brand?
Oh, that's a good question because there's been so many. I think there was so many different formulas that I tried, and it was just getting the right one that I was 100% happy with. Because obviously in my head I was thinking, oh, this is nice, but then I also had to kind of have on my head like, yeah, but as a nail technician and as someone that would buy this product, is this good enough, kind of thing. So I think I spent about 8 to 9 months actually getting everything behind the scenes ready. So I started even before I knew I was pregnant. And then obviously as soon as I knew I was pregnant, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to push a baby out and have a business at the same time. Like, so that's also been one of the biggest struggles, is like doing all that stressful stuff alongside being pregnant, especially the first trimester. Oof, that was like a sucker punch. But I think in a way it's probably a blessing in disguise, because I've had something else quite important to focus on, like the pregnancy. It's made my decisions a lot easier when I'm working with the brand. So it's kind of cut out all the second guessing myself, doubting myself, and it's like, right, no, what I need to trust my instincts. Right, I love this product, I love this formula. I'm just going with it. So it's taken if anything, it's taken the stress out of it as well, if that makes sense. But now I've got a new stress of got a new like collection launching, but I don't know when baby's coming. So it's like, yeah, it's just we're winging it now. I've got the 2 collections. That might be what we have for a little while, and then we'll see when the baby gets here what happens.
I think that's a good move. I think it's one of them, it's in the pipeline, so it's a case of when you're ready. And I think a lot of people that follow you will know that you're about to drop a baby out, and you're just like, well, yeah, sorry guys, I've just got a little thing to play with, I'll be back in a bit,
Yeah, sorry, let me just deal with this and then I'll be back.
Yeah, and I think people will appreciate that, because it's like, you're a working mum, you are building a business, you are a solo entrepreneur. So it's kind of like, it's inspiring as well, I think, for other techs that are in the industry to be like, you can do this alongside. I mean, it's hard. It is hard. I remember being pregnant when I was doing nails, and it was like, Jesus Christ, the table's too
Especially
close.
when she's like up in my ribs and I'm trying to lean over doing a client. I'm like, you're going to have to come closer because I can't physically go any further. And I keep bumping my belly on my desk. So I really need to like cut out like a little moon shape or something so I can just slot in my desk a bit better. But yeah, it's definitely been very challenging, especially because it's my first pregnancy. So everything has been so new. I've been like, not stressed as such, but anxious, like of the brand, and thinking, oh, in my head I'm thinking, I don't want this baby to come, and then obviously I have a little lull period on social media and people forget about me and they're like, oh, she's 1 second wonder and all this, she's gone now, because I'm like, no, I'm still here, I'm just recovering. So I think it's coming like with its own anxieties, but then I'm grateful for the people that have kind of said, no, we're here, we're here for you when you get back as well, so that was really nice to hear, especially from my like subscribers like yourself. So it was a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh, okay, I can breathe, so yeah.
You're gonna have to get some people working with you. That's what it'll be. It'll get to the point where you'll be like, there's just too much work. I need to get someone else to do it, and someone else to do that. Even if it's just temporary, I've seen like some tech VAs do it, where you give them what you want and then they do all your socials for you while you're out of action as such. So it's still active then.
Do you know what though? I must admit, I'm such a control freak. I'm one of these people that's like, I need to, like, I would just need to oversee anything anyway, because I'm so like, oh, I need to make sure it's okay, which sounds so bad. Like hubby said that he'll help me, with the packaging and stuff when baby gets here, because we're keeping the shop open. He's going to be basically doing it. So if there is any wrong orders, it's his fault. But, he's saying he'll help me. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, like it's just let him do it. But I'm also like, I need to see. I'm like, oh, what's he doing? What's he packaging? So yeah, but he's luckily he's very supportive. So
I think that is having a supportive partner helps a lot, I think, and it takes a lot of the weight off as well. But you're very similar to me in the sense that I'm quite like that. Emma probably knows. She's like, yeah, Sami just does it because she just wants to just do it.
Yeah.
She just pulls me along for the ride.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good
It
thing.
is a
'Cause I'm
good
the
thing.
opposite. I'm very like laid back and it'll happen.
It'll
Yeah, it's
happen. It'll sort
fine.
itself out. But no,
Oh,
honestly, it's been fabulous having you on here today. Like, I think it's nice to have someone else in and have like your experiences as well.
mm,
And like, I have my experiences, Emma has her experiences, you know, and we're watching all the time online, like seeing what's going on.
yeah.
It's just nice to have like this community, and I think it's getting better as the years go on. I feel like people aren't seeing other people as competition all the time. They're seeing them as like
Yes.
we're all in this together.
Support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we go, do you want to just give yourself like a little plug about like how to be a subscriber, etc., etc.? Because we haven't really gone into that.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know, or anyone who should know, if you want to just like let everyone know who you are, what you need, what they need
Thank
to do to
you.
sign up to
Do you
you,
know, I'm
etc.
rubbish at this bit because I'm so bad at like self promotion because I just
Come
feel so
on.
awkward. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, obviously on my Instagram, I do have my subscription classes. So we do a class a week, which is a character. But I take people, you know, if people say, oh, can we do this? Can we do that? I'll try and keep like a list of all the things people have said, and then we'll eventually go through. But there is over already 50 characters on there. So as soon as you subscribe on Instagram, you instantly get access to all of my live classes I've previously done because they're always shared afterwards. Um, so that's just £9.99 a month, which I think, what did I say?
No.
It works out cheaper than £2.50 per class
Wow.
for a character, which is quite good. And then you also get, I never know how to word this, but you also get access to me, which is like, you know, I'm there for more like of advice and help and tips, even if it's nothing to do with character art, even if it's just you're a beginner nail tech, you want to start doing art. You know, I'm there to help you and guide you along that way as well. So that's the Instagram subscription side of things.
Yeah.
We have also got the website with our gel polish ranges and our brushes, and also our silicone molds on there as well, which are great. So the silicone molds are great for people who just do not want to do nail art, but they've got clients
Yeah.
that do want to do it. Because basically just put the gel in there, wipe it, cure it, and it's like a little, you like make your own stickers kind of thing.
Oh, wicked.
They are brilliant. I like
Yeah.
using them when I just cannot be bothered. So that's just msknails.com. And yeah, that's pretty much me. I go live sometimes on TikTok, and it's always weird on TikTok. We end up doing some crazy stuff. I think Sam, I think you did the SpongeBob with me as well. I think it was
That
followed
one.
along. Yeah, there it is. So it's always just weird stuff on there, but I
Cool.
like to, you know, keep it
Was
real.
that the one where you did
Keep it
Stitch as well?
the stitch. Yeah, keeping it real. So if you want, I think I'm just a real down to earth kind of. I want to be as honest and open as I can with everything in the industry. So
Real.
yeah.
Oh, well, sign up, everyone.
I will leave it all in the bottom anyway. I'll have all your links and everything in the bottom of the description.
Oh,
So
thank you.
check it out.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. It's been a real
No,
eye
thank you so
opener.
much for having me.
Love
Anytime.
it.
You are welcome back anytime. We love it. Love it.
And
Honestly.
good luck with
But
the baby if I don't have any like
Oh,
speak to you
thank
beforehand.
you. Yeah, I'm just hoping the
Exciting
birth
times.
plan is push her out and don't die. So
That's all you can hope for. It's all you can hope for.
yeah,
It's fine.
it'll be fine.
People
It'll be
keep doing
fine.
it.
we got this. It's fine. It's all good.
No,
Fine.
thank you ever so much for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with everyone because everyone needs to know about Megs. So let's go. And yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you again next time.
See you next time.
Thank you.